All right, what's going on, guys? Joe Twins back at you with another video and coming at you with our NFL division winners, predicting the NFL division winners for 2019 NFL season.
Right, and excuse us for the awkward opening. We are rusty because there's just nothing to fucking create in the offseason, so we apologize. But yeah, man, just a disclaimer, these predictions, record-wise, and where they're standing in the divisions were, I guess, predetermined, They were made on playoffpredictors.com because huge shout out to General Thompson who gave us the idea for the video to go, because what you do on playoffpredictors.com is you go week by week, game by game, predicting who's going to win each game by through each week, all the way through week 17, and depending on your predictions, you see who wins the division, who's who's in the playoffs and everything from the first seed all the way down into the 6th seed and everything. It's pretty cool. If you guys want to do that yourselves and put down your predictions, who you think are going to win the divisions, and to try to make your division winner predictions a little bit more accurate, because that's kind of how we did it, because, doing playoff or doing division winner predictions is a little bit tough because you kind of have to go through every single one of their schedules to make an accurate prediction, while on playoffpredictors.com it makes it a little bit easier because it's just week by week, game by game, where it's a little faster for you.
Right.
And it kind of makes it more of an accurate outcome for you. So we kind of did the predictions on playoffpredictors.com. Again, huge shout out to John Thompson who gave us the idea for us to do something like that last year, which we did. We did last year. I guess this is kind of a continuing of this year, only we're not going to be on the website. We're just...
what we did was basically, like you said, we just predicted the games and everything and their records, and we're just going to sound off on how they did in the offseason and give us the records that we put.
Exactly. So
on playoff predictions.
If that makes any sense. We tried to do the best description.
Yeah, literally, like we are not the best people when it comes to describing something.
Yeah,
so we apologize if you guys don't understand,
right.
But I'm sure you guys will when we talk about it.
Yeah, so let's just get right into it. We're going to start from the AFC all the way down to the NFC. We're going to start with the AFC North, of course. Steelers finished 12-4. The Ravens finished 10-6, second place. The Browns finished in third place with 9-7. And you want to just say this one?
Yeah, I do want to say this is us being generous. Yeah. Okay.
Probably the most generous I think we've ever been in our life.
To the Cincinnati Bengals, of course. Cincinnati Bengals finished 4th, obviously, because they finished 2-14. Again, that's us being generous.
Very generous. 2-14. And
let us start with the Bengals first, considering we just gave us just said what their record could potentially be, which I can see them being 2-14 because what did they goddamn phone?
What the hell? Oh,
excuse us.
I think it is Mike Brown, tweeting us, cursing us for.
Oh, you're sleeping on us! Oh my God, we have such a star-stacked team.
I'm sorry, but
oh my God,
you guys got
exactly.
Andy Dalton's coming into, I believe, his final year. AJ Green, I feel so bad for him. Tyler Eifert can't stay healthy to save his fucking life, although he's a great talent. Joe Mixon's a monster. He's gonna be a fantasy beast.
Yeah, but how much can he do? Just like AJ Green.
Yeah, the offensive line can't stay healthy. Jonah Williams, sadly, unfortunately, is out the season with an injury.
Which I will say I do feel bad for the Bengals about that. Because Jonah Williams could have been a great addition to the offensive line. But now they got to be stuck with Bobby Hart.
Again. And on the
defense... You didn't make any changes. Yeah. It's the same, literally. It's literally the same team. The only change is your head coach.
Yeah, what's his name? Zach Taylor? Which I will give you... Excuse me. Wow. Excuse me. I will give you guys props for it. Excuse me again. You guys finally got rid of Marvin Lewis. Holy shit.
After what, a century?
Yeah. I think hell finally froze over, man. Holy shit. You guys finally... In fact, you know what? I'll give you guys props. You finally got rid of Marvin. I can't win a playoff game to save my life, Lewis. Good job, guys. But what else did you do to the team? You guys had statistically one of the worst defenses I think we've ever seen in our entire lives watching football. And you guys made no changes to it. Jesse Bates coming to his second year. I think he's going to be great for them. William Jackson III. He's still here and there. Who else you got? Jay Kirkpatrick? Darqueze Dennard?
Like I said, who? Who the hell is Darqueze Dennard?
I think Preston Brown? Jermaine Pratt. I think that's a great pickup. I think he's going to be a beast, man. Seriously.
Geno Atkins, hell of a defensive line.
That defensive line is still great. You know, you guys got two great young bucks on each side of the defensive line with Carl Lawson.
Yeah, who I will say will be coming back after an ACL injury.
Right, Carl Lawson and Sam Hubbard, man. But up in the middle, although they're still really good, still a little in their prime still, but they're aging, man. You know, Geno Atkins and what's his face? Carlos Dunlap. The fuck do you guys change on that statistically awful, trash defense?
Just team in general. Like, literally, when you look at last year's team, besides the head coach, let's take the head coach out of there. When you look at last year's team compared to this team, there's no change. It's literally the same freaking team.
Yeah, outside of, like, 2 players that I can think of. Outside of Burfict and fucking, I think that's it. I think that's fucking
That's
it.
the only notable name that they got rid of besides Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, and Marvin Lewis, yeah, but still. But, I mean, if it wasn't for A.J. Green, Andy Dalton, who the fuck knows where he'd be right now? Tyler Boyd's really coming into his own, you know. John Ross showed the glimpses, but can he fucking stay healthy? Is his hamstring gonna? Is his
hamstring functional enough?
Yeah.
Is it durable? Is it going to stay healthy?
Yeah.
Is he going to stay healthy?
Honestly, you guys see this donut, okay? Entenmann's Donuts, man. Great fucking product. This fucking donut hole right here has a lot more stability than the fucking Cincinnati Bengals. I can't take them seriously.
How can you?
If they're smart, they're gonna tank it. They're gonna tank. And because Andy Dalton's coming to his final year, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're gonna go get Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, or Jake Fromm. It's just a smart thing to do, right?
Should be.
Sure,
unless they want to rely on Andy Dalton again or Ryan Finley, who I don't see much of anyway.
No,
I don't.
Definitely not. But
Cincinnati Bengals finished 2-14. I don't see any improvement whatsoever. It's literally the same team. New head coach, about damn time, but he's young. He's inexperienced as a head coach, obviously, so we really don't know what the heck he's going to do.
However, he is young. He does have a great mind and a modern mind for football, so who knows, man. But this upcoming year, I don't see shit.
Neither do I. Now, the Cleveland Browns, after everything they've done the past 2 years, really, with new additions, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry last year,
Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, you know.
Kareem Hunt,
yeah.
Bradley Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Greedy Williams.
I said Bradley Chubb. Nick Chubb.
Jesus Christ, Bradley
Chubb. If they got Bradley Chubb, holy shit.
Yeah, that would not, along with Myles Garrett, that would not be fair.
Yeah, although they did get Olivier Vernon as well. So, yes, you know, we're going to give them all the credit in the world. You can't take anything away from the additions and the aggressiveness that they've been, you know, the past 2 years.
And the talent that they have.
Yeah, you know, they have arguably one of the most talented teams or rosters in this entire league, man. Seriously. But,
there's no doubt about it. But under all that, see, they look like a gold mine right now. They do. But under all that, it's just
it's a wet, steaming, fresh pile of dookie.
Exactly. I couldn't say it any better, dude.
Seriously.
Like, it's still the Cleveland Browns.
Like, I'm hearing all this praise. Oh, the Browns. They're going to win the division. They're going to make the playoffs. Number 1 seed. Super Bowl bound.
I think that's a little too far-fetched, my friend.
Yeah, I think just, like, can these guys prove themselves a little bit? Like, how many times have we seen dream teams in the last few decades and they have succeeded? Very rarely. Can these guys at least prove themselves? It's still the fucking Browns underneath all this shit. Can they still prove themselves just a little bit? I think 9-7 is reasonable.
It's an upgrade. It's a winning season.
It's a massive upgrade compared to what they've done the past few years.
I do not think they'll make the playoffs, but it's an upgrade. I will say that. I do think they will upgrade, but I'm not going to say they're going to make the playoffs because I can't see any way they make the playoffs.
Right. And honestly, I think that's a great way for them to grow and mold themselves into eventually maybe be a future dynasty. Who knows, man?
9-7, that ain't that bad at all.
Not at all.
Compared to the Browns.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's reasonable, and I feel like they need to prove themselves before we start giving them all this hype.
Hey, seriously.
I think 9-7 with their roster, I think that's very reasonable. So we'll see what happens, man. The Ravens, I think they're really going to depend on their defense. They did lose Eric Weddle, but replace him with Earl Thomas. It depends if he can stay healthy. If he can, then we all know what he's capable of. They did lose Terrell Suggs. They did lose C.J. Mosley. Excuse me.
And Zadarius Smith.
Right, so they did lose a few great linebackers, but is Tyus Bowser still starting? I know he was.
I don't think he started because of Zadarius Smith and Suggs, but I think he will be now.
Yeah.
Because of their absence.
Right, and with a few years under his belt, who knows what that could do to him.
Right, as well as Tim Williams, possibly.
Right.
Because I believe they selected Bowser and Williams in the same draft, which is actually kind of scary.
Yeah. The thing is, can Williams stay off his shit? Because honestly, Williams was one of the most highly touted linebackers coming out of Alabama a few years back, but he probably could have went first round if it wasn't for his bullshit.
It was all field issues, exactly.
But it's still affecting him today because he's been on the depth chart with the Ravens for a few years. So I don't know how that's going to affect him. I don't know if he's going to be a star. I don't know who they have to replace him. I might have missed something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ravens fans. Flock Jarrett, huge shout out to you, man. Massive Ravens fan, very respectful, realistic Ravens fan. Let us know if we missed anything. Hit us up in the DMs on Twitter and shit.
I don't even know who the heck's going to replace Mosley.
Yeah, Kenny Young, I think. Kenny Young is real.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
He's quite a stud. So
I forgot about him.
I think he'll be all right.
My bad.
Don't forget they have Matthew Thomas, who was one of the stars of the Steelers preseason last
year. I was still upset when we got rid of him.
Yeah.
But yet, Artie Burns is still on the goddamn team. Bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, Ravens, 10-6. I think it's reasonable. I think the Ravens can get that record.
Yeah.
The defense, I feel like, although it can be inconsistent at times, like it usually is, it's still very good. Their offense, especially the rushing game, just got stronger, especially with the addition of Mark Ingram.
And I think Justice Hill and Gus Edwards and Keenan Dixon, and we all know what Jackson can do on his feet. I'm not determined or strong or what's the term? I'm not really what the fuck's the term? I'm not really it's right there. It's right there. Come on, where's it at?
I think I know what you're trying to say. I can't think of it either.
I'm not sold. Thank you. I'm not really sold on Jackson as a passer. They did get a few good receivers in the draft. Miles Boykin should be pretty nice. Of course, Marquise Brown. They have great tight end depth. So, he does have a few weapons to work with. Now, he has the arm strength. We all know that. The accuracy in his decision-making is the question.
It's very questionable.
They did fix up the O-line a little bit as well. So, I think they're just going to depend a lot on their defense and their rushing game, as they should. And that's the way to win championships, man. So, the Ravens, I think they finished 10-6 and is enough to make the playoffs, man, and another wild card slot. So,
very well.
And Steelers finished 12-4. I think that's reasonable with our squad. I know people were saying we're going to go 7-9, 8-8, 9-7, miss the playoffs. I heard this one. It was a Browns fan, but I heard this one dude say that we were going to go 4th in the fucking division. So you think we're going to go beneath the Bengals? If you have your dealer's number, hit us up in the DMs at Steelers.
Yeah, because I would really like some right now.
For real, like holy shit, like
it will be a cold day in hell before we finish underneath the goddamn Bengals. It really would be.
Legit, seriously. But I think we finished 12-4. I think we just and yeah, you guys may call me crazy now. In terms of statistics, maybe not. But in terms of chemistry and succeeding and
talent-wise
and wanting to win.
Because you look at this team now from the previous years, really, like, everybody is literally all together. Everyone has great chemistry. Everyone is at training. I assume we'll be at training camp.
Oh, yeah.
But everyone's practicing. Everyone's showing up.
Yeah, like you said, I think everyone's because Mike Hilton hasn't signed his tenure yet, and yet he's still fucking training out there in OTAs. Juju is the first one in, last one out at OTAs. Connor's balling as well. He's all on board for the running back splitting reps and shit. I mean, this is what the fuck we need. We don't need no selfish motherfuckers like AB and Le'Veon Bell who sit out because they want fucking money and because of a contract that they agreed to fucking sign.
We need team players.
This team is stronger than it's ever been, in my fucking opinion.
Absolutely. The communication is on point. Everyone literally wants to win.
Yeah, everyone is just happy to be there. Dante Moncrief, he's excited to be a Steeler. Him and Ben are connecting in OTAs. Dante Johnson, I have heard that he has not dropped one pass. And now, again, this is OTAs. We always stick with the thing. Don't trust everything you hear in training camp and OTAs. But still, Ben said that he has been throwing, balls over Johnson, underneath Johnson, to the left, to the right, just to test out his angles and shit. And Johnson has caught every fucking pass.
Yeah, seriously.
Now, that's not really in coverage, but, still.
That shows you what type of hands he's got, when it comes.
And effort, so. It's crazy, man. This team, man, is something special. And that defense, trading up for Devin Bush is exactly what the hell we needed for this defense, and up in that middle as well, man. So in the secondary, signing Steven Nelson, getting a young developmental talent, and what's his name? The dude we drafted in Michigan State. Why am I having a brain fart?
Justin Lane.
Thank you, man. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart, man. I apologize. Justin Lane, though, seriously, man. Many people would consider him the steal of the draft, which that time will tell. But I'm not gonna really sleep on that either.
Yeah, really.
And our rushing game, like I said, is young, fast, strong, and hungry as hell, man. And our receiving core is probably the strongest it's been in years, probably ever. Holy shit, man. And this defensive line is just hungry. Wow, man, this entire team.
You literally look at this team, all this talent and the communication and everyone wanting to win. The morale is literally the best that I have seen in many, many years.
Yes.
It really has.
This might be the best team. Now, I know. Steelers fans say this every year. All this shit. Well, you know what? Maybe if Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown were under fucking disguise, maybe we wouldn't be saying some false garbage. This Steelers team might be the most talented, might be the best, and really is special. And probably since the 2008-2010 Steelers roster where we went to the Super Bowls.
Yeah, really.
Honestly, man, in terms of talent, communication, chemistry, morale, wanting to win. I gotta stop drinking that Mountain Dew. But still.
Absolutely. They all have one achievement, and that's winning. The big achievement. And Benny Snell, a freaking rookie, even said it on Twitter. Stairway to 7.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to win number 7.
And that's what we needed, man. We don't need no motherfuckers in disguise, man. We just need guys that just want to win, man. That'll come together. A band of brothers, man. As Hines Ward always said, a band of brothers. That's what we need. That's what we have, man. This team excites the fuck out of me right now.
I literally cannot wait till the regular season.
Right?
It really needs to get here quick.
Seriously, I can't wait for training camp to see the position battles and how teams are, how players, it's shit like that, man. You guys can expect a video about training camp and preview and position battles.
Yeah, very, very soon. But after everything that we just said, you really can't deny the Steelers team with all the talent and their communication and their determination to win.
Yeah, exactly. So
us going 12-4, I can absolutely see it. Yes, even with the absence of Bell and he who shall not be named, although we said it, but
right.
You can't deny it.
Yeah,
you really can't.
We'll be fine without him, man. James Conner showed you last year what he's capable of.
And even the games Brown didn't play, even years back.
Yeah,
our receiver stepped up.
Seriously.
Remember that Broncos game? Although we lost, you know what happened? Brian stepped up, Coates stepped up.
Yeah, look who
Williams stepped up.
Exactly. That's now this was a few years back, but still, that's a great fucking point. I'm glad you brought that up. When Antonio Brown went down after Burfict hit him in that Bengals game, that crazy ass Bengals game in the divisional round against the Broncos, who were for some reason being considered the best defense of all time, the no-fly zone that year they won Super Bowl 50. Who were the receivers we had to after AB went down? Martavis Bryant, where the fuck is he? Sammy Coates, where the fuck is he? Marcus Wheaton, he just retired.
Those three receivers that we had starting that game, they're not even on the team anymore.
They're not even in the NFL no more.
And we almost beat them. Ben still threw for over 300 yards. We almost beat them. Ben had an injured shoulder. And we almost beat them.
And look who our running back were. Fitzgerald Toussaint, who had the fucking Rashad Mendenhall effect late in the game.
Yeah, the Mendenhall disease.
Yeah.
The Mendenhall disease. I think that's what we're going to say right now.
Right.
The Mendenhall disease.
Jordan
Todman.
Yeah, Jordan Todman. And there was another. Was there another dude?
I can't remember. I think those were the only two.
Nonetheless, man, look at the talent. We had guys that aren't even playing in the league no more, man. Fucking practice squad motherfuckers. Guys who aren't even going to make the fucking roster this year. Guys haven't even been signed at all yet. Come on, man.
That was years ago. Yes, we lost, but we almost beat them.
And this team has just developed.
The morale has gotten better. The communication has gotten better. The determination has skyrocketed for this team.
Exactly. And we apologize for going. That could have been a complete separate video, but we might as well just say it while the topic is here, man. So, seriously. Going down on to the AFC South. Colts finished 12-4. I think they're going to be a great team. I think they're going to be, because remember when they signed Andre Johnson and Frank Gore, and they were that dream team shit, and people were saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and they didn't really live up to the hype.
I don't think they made the playoffs that year.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, you literally look at the Colts from like 2 or 3 years ago. They had a lot of holes they needed to fix. You look at them now, they're dangerous. They're very dangerous.
They are probably one of the more complete teams in the NFL because they fixed up the defensive line with Justin Houston. Their linebackers are real good with Darius Leonard and everything. Their secondary is pretty solid. Honestly, I think Malik Hooker's going to have a Pro Bowl-like year. Probably an all-poll, like if he can stay healthy. Their offense is real striking. Their offensive line is some of the best that they've seen in years. Their running backs can really make an effect. Andrew Luck has a chip on his shoulder, and their receiving core is real nice as well, man. They finally got I think they have a number 2, Devin Funchess, opposite T.Y. Hilton, take some pressure off him, who is a pretty decent weapon himself. And do they still have Jack Doyle?
I believe so.
I can't remember.
I believe so. I can't remember.
Nonetheless, though, man. This Colts team.
And Evan Ingram, who had a breakout year.
Oh, yeah, Eric Ebron. I forgot him, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did I say Evan Ingram?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I was thinking of. Eric Ebron. I apologize, but still.
We're rusty, good folks.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But, yeah, the Colts 12-4, I can definitely see it. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah, and the thing is, they don't really have many big names either. See, that goes to show you don't really need big names to be a great team. Like, shit, man. I think the Colts are going to be a very nice squad, honestly.
Absolutely.
Texans finished 9-7. All I see from Bill O'Brien is 9-7 and one and done if he were somehow lucky enough to make the playoffs. He's sitting on a gold mine in the Texans, and he has no idea what to do with it. Look at last year, man. Look at the team they had. DeAndre Hopkins, we all know what he's capable of. Deshaun Watson was healthy. J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, I believe, were healthy, man.
Everyone was healthy. I don't think one person was injured.
Outside of
Will Fuller, maybe, and Kiki Cutie. But you look at that, they even added Demaryius Thomas, although he didn't really do much. That's still a scary weapon.
He was injured as well, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But still, they had a stacked team.
Yeah.
They were mainly healthy, and they went one and done. They got blown out by the Colts in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Texans are a great, talented team, but Bill O'Brien doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, they are much better than what Bill O'Brien is making them out to be, or what he
or he's showcasing them, really.
Exactly. So,
but I feel bad for the Texans and Texans fans.
Yeah, and I don't know the contract details on Bill O'Brien, but I think this is going to be his final year, man. The team that the Texans have, they are so much better than what they are, and Bill O'Brien he's it's like he's complacent, man. He don't know what to do with it. It's like he's just, I don't know.
It's so weird because he's always struggled to get a quarterback. Now that he's finally got one,
yeah.
He still ain't doing nothing. It really goes to show you what Bill O'Brien really is.
Yeah. You know, he's like Plankton. You know that SpongeBob episode where he's like, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. That's him.
Yeah, really.
That's really him. So, Titans finished 7-9. All I see from the Texans is inconsistency and complacency as well. I mean...
You mean Titans?
Yeah. What did I say?
Texans.
Did I say that? Yeah. I'm sorry. Titans. Nonetheless, the Titans are inconsistent. That showed last year. They are a really good squad as well. Great talent. All over the fucking field, man. Mariota, depending on how you look at it, depending on who you talk to, should be developed into the franchise quarterback. He's just like the Titans. He's just inconsistent. He can be good, but most times he's just raw.
Very.
I don't get it, man. They have great talent all over the place, but it's like everyone's just complacent. Even Corey Davis, who I was high on.
Yeah, seriously. Even their coaches, Mike Vrabel. I don't know who their coordinators are. But still, it's like the Titans all over. They look good on paper, but they cannot execute on the field.
Yeah, and their secondary is real nice too, though. And I don't get.
Kevin Byard and Malcolm. Although Malcolm Butler hasn't lived up to his old early years back when they won the Super Bowl back in '49, but still.
Still, man. And the Jags finished 4-12. I talk about the Titans being complacent. I mean, look at the Jags.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it was a good thing they got rid of Bortles. I think that was the smartest thing they could have ever done.
Foles is an upgrade, but it depends if he's in the right system. Is he perfect for Doug Marone's system?
I don't know.
And can Leonard Fournette stay healthy? Can our offensive line stay healthy?
Can the receivers develop and showcase what they can do?
Yeah.
Because they haven't done that since Robinson left.
Yeah. Can their defense be consistent? Because they still have, talent-wise, one of the best defenses in the league. Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Boye.
See, that's the thing with Ramsey. He's kind of having him and the Jaguars are having trouble negotiating contracts.
Right.
They don't even know if he's going to be with them next year.
Right.
And Telvin Smith's not going to play with them.
Yeah.
Because he's sent out.
Although they got Josh Allen, but still. Still, man. I mean, I don't know what's up with the Jags. I think they're just having a massive meltdown. So
they got too complacent, too cocky.
Yeah, exactly. So AFC East, Patriots finished 13-3. They did lose a few playmakers like Gronk this past season, but the Patriots are the Patriots. They just find a way to win. That's just Bill Belichick for you, man. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are just a match made in heaven, man. It's insane.
It really is.
It kind of makes no sense. It's kind of unfair.
Yeah, I mean, they lost some star players, especially Gronk, but they added guys like Demaryius Thomas and Michael Bennett.
Wait, they got Thomas?
Yeah. They got Demaryius Thomas.
When was I asleep?
I guess you were asleep.
They got Demaryius. Hold up. Where's my phone?
Yes, they signed Demaryius Thomas to a one-year deal.
That's fucking... hold up. Demaryius... Is he for real?
Yes, he's a Patriot.
Get the fuck out. Now, then again,
it doesn't matter because they'll just use the running backs in their depth.
Yeah,
I mean, Phil Dorsett's looking good.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, the Bills finished 7-9. I think this is a developmental year for Josh Allen, but I think they'll show a little bit of promise as well because they do have a pretty good squad as well. I feel like they had a very good draft. They picked up a lot of depth to fix up that rushing game, that defensive line, that tight end position.
And the offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, they made a lot of additions, especially in the draft.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be enough for them to make the playoffs or anything like that.
As it shouldn't, because this should be another developmental year for Josh Allen.
Right.
And for everyone to just build around the franchise.
Exactly.
So, same thing goes for the Jets. It finished at 6-10. I mean, they're not good, but...
they're not bad either.
Yeah.
I mean, they got talent, just no star power.
Right. They got Bell, who's still a crazy running back. They have no line. They have a decent line, but, it's like, can it maintain a good play style for Bell or for Darnold? Darnold's coming into a second year. They don't have a number one receiver. Their defense is real nice. I like their defense. They just need another corner or two, maybe an extra guy on the defensive line, and they're pretty much solid there. So this is just another developmental year for Sam Darnold, and I think they need a better head coach. I'm sorry, Adam Gase, what the hell y'all thinking?
Yeah, Mr. Look Around.
Yeah, and the Dolphins finished 5-11. Dolphins are decent. They definitely look like they can be a pretty decent, a good team because last year they actually surprised me a little bit with the players that they had and the playmaking ability that they were able to maintain and everything.
Right, I'm a fan of their defense, although I'm hearing they may trade away Rashad Jones.
Yeah, which I'm not sure. I mean, for cap space or for shit like that, that makes sense.
But I feel like if they trade away Rashawn Jones, that's going to leave a major hole in their secondary.
Right.
Although they got Xavier Howard and Mika Fitzpatrick, who are great in their
that's a great
own
number
rights,
1 and 2, man.
But they got no safeties if they get rid of Jones.
Yeah, and I know they got Raekwon McMillan, but he hasn't really adapted to his own.
And they got rid of Cameron Wake, who...
Yeah. They don't
yes,
have
he was good. Yeah.
Honestly, so...
They don't really got much. And plus, them having Ryan Fitzpatrick as a quarterback... I can't see the Dolphins do much.
Yeah.
Even if it's Rosen developing or him potentially starting, I really can't see Rosen do much.
Yeah.
Although he could open a lot of eyes. I don't know.
Right. So it's the same thing with the Bills and the Jets, man. It's just another year for the Dolphins to hopefully develop around their hopeful eventual future.
Yeah.
Josh.
But overall, the Patriots are going to walk away with that division.
And how does that make sense, man? The Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins are just now starting to get on their hopeful future. And Tom Brady is 40 and still arguably the best quarterback in the league. Are you fucking kidding me?
I think the AFC East better do something about that.
That's just not fucking right, man. But moving on, AFC West standings. Chiefs finished 12-4. I know Mahomes is on the Madden cover and the Madden curse and everything, and this whole thing with Tyreek Hill. I'm hearing he might get suspended 4 games.
Which I think is ludicrous if you really ask me.
Martavis Bryant can smoke dope and get suspended for an entire... or get suspended indefinitely. But Tyreek Hill can commit domestic violence and shit like that and he only gets suspended 4 games. As well as Tom Brady cheating and deflating footballs can get suspended 4 games. I mean...
the NFL doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
Their suspension... rankings and or whatever the term is, it just makes no sense. But I think the Chiefs are going to be nice still. I think McCole Harmon and Travis Kelce and Sammy Watkins are still going to be great weapons for Mahomes. I think they're going to depend on the rushing game a little bit as well. I feel like they got a little stronger there. They passed up the defensive line or the offensive line a little bit. They definitely passed up the defensive line. Their defense, they did lose playmakers like Justin Houston and D Ford.
Yeah, they lost star power, but they did get younger.
And Eric Berry, but yes, they did get younger, and they did get faster, in my opinion. A little bit more healthier, to be real with you.
Yeah, they really did.
Frank Clark, we all know what he did last year. We know what he's capable of.
Chris Jones, he's still going to be breaking out with his young age.
Emmanuel Allball is a nice guy that can complement those two.
They traded for Darren Lee, who was with the Jets, who I think could very well fill in that role at inside linebacker potentially and possibly open up some eyes.
Yeah.
They signed Tyrann Mathieu and drafted Juan Thornhill, who I think is going to be a freaking monster for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking very good.
I feel like their defense, not necessarily going to be top 10, maybe top 15, but I think their defense is definitely going to be better, and it's going to take a little bit of pressure off of
I definitely think it upgraded majorly compared to last year.
Yeah, definitely. Chargers finished 11-5. Chargers got a nice squad, man. Seriously. That defense is crazy. And they don't really have any big names. Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. Who else they got? Their linebacker, Uchenna Nwosu. They got what's his name? 57. What's his name? Kaiser White.
I believe Kaiser White.
White. They got there's another linebacker. Again, another brain fart. We're just rusty as hell, man. This is what happens when you have no content to create in the offseason. So, but still,
really,
their defense is real nice, man. They did lose Jason Verrett, but I mean, he hasn't played in the last 3 years, so it's not like they're really missing out on anything.
Yeah.
Desmond King's real nice as well. So,
I believe they did draft another safety along with Derwin James. I can't remember his name though. But I know he's going to be a hell of a safety for him. I can't remember his name.
I believe you're correct. I think we'll put his name around. So you'll see his name like right around here, like right now and shit. So,
but yeah, the Chargers, they got a stacked team defensively and offensively.
Yeah.
The loss of Tyrell Williams may hurt their passing game, but I think Mike Williams is just really going to start coming into his own and really starting to show why he was selected. I can't remember what overall, but why he was selected.
Mike Williams is going to be a very nice complimentary guy to Keenan Allen, man. Seriously.
Especially what he did last year. I think he's only going to get better.
Yeah, and don't forget they're getting Hunter Henry back as well. So
yeah, so Chargers are looking very good. I just don't think they're going to beat out the Chiefs for the division.
Yeah, so.
But I definitely think Chargers can definitely make the playoffs again.
Right. Raiders finished 5-11. Look at their schedule. Look what fucking team they have. I mean, yeah, it's better than last year, but I mean,
you got a tough schedule ahead of you guys.
Seriously. And you got Antonio Brown. You got Richie Incognito. You got Vontaze Burfict. Wow. That's going to go over well. Antonio Brown. What the fuck? Look what he did. Vontaze Burfict. We know what he does on the football field. Now they're saying, AB said, I used to have to watch my back. Now he has my back. How does that make any sense? This dude almost committed fucking murder on you. And then now y'all cool? You were just saying when Juju fucking gave Burfict a taste of his own medicine, and then you were chanting karma. It's called karma. Now y'all cool?
That doesn't really make any sense. I think he needs to be tested.
Do you think we're idiots?
He needs to be tested.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
And Richie Cognito,
I mean, good offensive lineman, but he hasn't played in a year, and he has serious fucking off the field issues.
Yeah, he might have CTE, some sort of mental issue. Something's up with him, man. Hopefully he gets help if it is something that serious, because something like that, it's definitely no joke. But
right,
still,
of course, but
you
have those three guys in the locker room. Something bound is bad to happen.
And you got John Gruden, who did he grow up a Chiefs fan, and he just said, you know what, I'm gonna rob the Raiders of $100 million in the next 10 years and just destroy this franchise because fuck them. That's why.
I mean, Raiders talent-wise they got better, but if you look at their schedule, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and
I can't see anything major from the Raiders despite the upgrades that they did.
Yeah,
I really can't see anything. I'm sorry.
Right, and the Broncos finished 4-12. They got talent. They got decent receivers. Courtland Sutton's, I think, is going to be number 2.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders has come back from injury. The rushing game is only going to get better.
Noah Fant was a hell of a pick. He's going to be a hell of a tight end if he gets the right quarterback. They do have Drew Lock under Joe Flacco.
Which I think is smart of the Broncos.
But I think he's going to need at least a year or two to marinate.
Right.
Joe Flacco.
That's all.
I mean,
yeah.
Why is he starting?
Yeah, that's all. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
I mean, it lasted so long for Baltimore. Like shit.
I mean, good luck.
And the defense, they don't really have much outside of 3 players.
Yeah. But still, AFC playoff standings: the Patriots are number 1, Steelers are number 2. The The Colts are number 3. The Chiefs are number 4. The Chargers are number 5. Excuse me. And the Ravens finish at number 6. I think that's very realistic. I think that's very possible. Pretty similar to last year, only the Texans aren't in there.
And the Steelers are.
Yeah.
So it's like we just swapped.
Yeah.
Hopefully the outcome is a lot better than the Texans one.
Exactly. So, but let's go on to the NFC. We'll start with the NFC North. The Bears finished 12-4. I think they got a little stronger, especially since they obviously looked real good last year. I think they definitely got better with a year to just kind of marinate. I guess now they made the playoffs and everything. They had high hopes for the Super Bowl and everything, but they definitely marinated as a team in terms of chemistry and development.
Yeah, I definitely think.
Trubisky.
Not only Trubisky but Matt Nagy as well, just with the coordinators and the players.
Yes, especially
and everything like that.
Right, with his first year coming into. As a head coach and him winning Coach of the Year, I think that's real good for him.
Right, absolutely. I can see the Bears, still being dominant, still being a hell of a defense. I think the offense will be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Especially, like you said, with Trubisky still marinating
now,
and developing.
They did lose Adrian Amos, but they did replace him with Clinton Dix, who was still a very nice safety. I just feel like he needs a safety and a coaching staff and a defense to complement him, honestly. I think that he definitely has that in the Bears. You got a guy like Roquan Smith coming into his second year. If Leonard Floyd can stay healthy, I think he'll be a great complementary piece. Opposite of Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, we all know what he can do. So I think this Bears team is going to be a lot better this year and maybe even go farther.
Yeah, if they can get a kicker.
Yes. And
no Cody Parkey.
Right. Packers finished 11-5. I definitely think the Packers are much better, especially on the defense, man. Their defense. They've always had an offense. A-Rod, we all know what he can do. Devontae Adams is one of the most underrated receivers in this entire league. But they just never had a defense. They had talent. They had Clay Matthews. They had Clinton Dix. They got rid of Casey Hayward, which turned out to be a mistake.
Majorly.
They got Kenny Clark. They got Mike Daniel. I mean, they still got talent, but just I don't know if it was the coordinator or if it was the scheme. Or I have no idea.
Yeah, their defense was just awful. They made a lot of improvement on that. Not only just the entire I can't talk. They made a lot of improvement on the pass rush and the defense in general, especially with that secondary.
Oh yeah,
with
totally.
the addition of Adrian Amos
and Darnell Savage. Don't forget him. Obviously, you got Kevin King and who I think could be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, who's going to be a breakout guy this year. Jair Alexander, don't forget him. Josh Jackson, of course. Darius Smith is the guy they signed, Blake Martinez coming in. So their defense is real nice, and their offense, Aaron Jones is going to be a fantasy sleeper and could make his first Pro Bowl if they use him correctly. Let this man... Just give him the rock and let him do what the fuck he can do, because he is a sleeper of a running back. He'll take some pressure off of A-Rod and the receivers and that team completely. I think this Packers team is, and with the new head coach they got.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur. So,
this
Packers team could really look like its old self back when Mike McCarthy was their head coach.
Right, a few years back.
I definitely think so.
But I think this Packers team is going to be much better. They really did a great job in free agency and in the draft to stack up on both sides of the ball. So I think this Packers team could be very nice in this upcoming season and really give the Bears a run for their money. I can't wait for that first game, man.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be real exciting.
Exactly. Vikings finished 9-7. They went 8-7-1 last year. I guess this is an upgrade. But they still have Kirk Cousins, who is awful. They have a hell of a receiving duo. We all know that.
Rushing game when healthy could be very good.
Yeah, if Dalvin Cook can stay healthy. Irv Smith and Kyle
Rudolph,
I think, could be a very nice tight end duo. Their defense is still real nice. I don't know who they're going to have starting opposite of Harrison Smith after Sendejo left, but their defense is still very nice. That defensive line is still strong and young as hell. The cornerbacks are still very nice as well. Mike Hughes and what's his face?
Xavier Rhodes.
Right. So, but the quarterback.
Exactly. It's like the one. It's like if you just kept Case Keenum.
Yeah, because he was just perfect in Mike Zimmer's system. I don't know how, but he was just perfect.
Last year, the biggest robbery was just freaking committed in the NFL.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, give them their money back. You are nothing but a Matthew Stafford 2.0 fucking clone.
Exactly.
And speaking of Matthew Stafford's team, the Lions finished 6-10.
Yeah, no improvement. I mean, no improvement record-wise. But do they have a better team this year? I would say so. I feel like their defense is a little better. Their defensive line mostly. Kenny Galladay's a monster. It's just Matthew Stafford is one of the more inconsistent. I'd rank him up there with Dak, with most inconsistent quarterback in the league.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This guy sucks. Kerryon Johnson, coming into his second year, I feel like we'll get the rock a lot and could be a guy that they can really depend on in the rushing game.
Right. I feel like their defense definitely improved a bit, especially with the addition of Trey Flowers.
But I'm still not sold on Matt Patricia as a head coach or the Lions team in general.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, it's the freaking Detroit Lions.
Right. You know, they have a few diamonds in the rough. They have Darius Slay. They got Kenny Golladay. I would even put Kerryon Johnson because he's actually not a real bad running back either. But outside of that, I mean, who the fuck they got?
I mean, yeah, they fixed up their tight ends with Jesse James and T.J. Hockenson. But again, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
When you got a quarterback like that.
You can't forget T.J. Hockenson.
But when you got a quarterback like that, you can't take him seriously.
Exactly.
So. You can't.
NFC South standings. Saints finished 12-4. I think we all know what the Saints are capable of. Drew Brees is showing no signs of fucking retiring. With Mark Ingram leaving, Alvin Kamara is just going to get a ton more reps, and we all know what he's capable of. Michael Thomas is a monster. They picked up tight end.
Jared Cook.
There you go, Jared Cook, who's going to be see, this is why you need a twin, because this motherfucker has helped me so many times in my brain fart and vice versa. So, but still, the Saints team is real nice. Their defense, I feel like, got a little better as well. So, and they're going to have a massive chip on the shoulder after how their season ended. So
exactly.
Falcons finished 9-7. They're getting their defense back with Deion Jones and Keanu Neal. They're going to get Demonte Casey in there a lot for sure.
After when he stepped in for Ricardo. What was his name? Ricardo Allen, I think.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
Who, by the way, they're also getting back.
Right. So
yeah, they're getting a lot of their defensive players back. They're getting a lot of their team back.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely be better here. I feel like they could really make a run for the wild card spot in the playoffs. But 9-7, I think is a little bit reasonable. Now the receiving core is real nice. Austin Hooper, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu. You know, we all know this, but something about the Falcons, I just think is just gonna maybe something about their defense is just gonna flaw them.
Right, and plus their offense hasn't really been the same since
Kyle Shanahan left.
Yes, of course. So
yeah, Panthers finished 8-8, a little better than last year, but the Panthers are still kind of inconsistent. They fixed up the offensive line a little bit, just a little bit. Good job. Give Cam Newton that line. Christian McCaffrey's a monster. They don't really have a solid number one, in my opinion. Now, DJ Moore did start coming into his own, but
he really needs to show, why he was selected. I believe he was selected in the first round.
Yeah. Greg Olsen
needs to stay healthy. He's been injured the last 2-3 years.
Right. Their defense, I don't know who they got on the secondary outside of Dante Jackson.
Yeah, their secondary is just looking very, very well. Also Eric Reed, but overall, their secondary is very underwhelming in my opinion. But their defensive line and pass rush in general is so scary.
Right, which could help them and help that secondary a little bit. But I think
especially with the addition of Gerald McCoy.
Right. And I think 8-8 is just reasonable for them. It's right around the middle. I could see the Panthers falling a little less than this. But I don't know, man. It's just the Panthers. They're one of those teams where they're inconsistent as well, man. They look like they're going to be one of the great teams last year, and then we just blew the hell out of them, and they
never recovered.
Yeah, they just dropped the ball massively, man. Seriously, more than Dez ever did. So, Buccaneers finished 7-9. I feel like that. Bruce. I feel like that the additions of Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles
on their coaching staff were major improvements.
Yes, Bruce Arians. We all know what he can do as a head coach. Todd Bowles is a great defensive mind. That will help him a lot. The issue is, can Bruce Arians bring the best out of Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston, being drafted number 1, he should already came into his stature as the franchise right now, and he hasn't.
He's been very underwhelming.
Yeah.
He's been benched for Ryan. He's been benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think he got benched twice last year by Ryan Fitzpatrick. I remember one game last year, he threw 4 picks against the Bengals.
I forgot about that.
And it was benched because he was benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And Fitzpatrick came in and won them the game. What the fuck, Winston?
Yeah, when you're the first overall pick, that's Jamarcus Russell kind of crap.
Yeah. It all depends if Bruce Arians can bring the best out of Jameis Winston. Will it happen?
Possibly, but if he can, that really goes to show you how great of a coach Bruce Arians is. If you already didn't know that,
he has a great resume of developing. Big Ben is definitely one of his best succeeds, man, because he was originally a quarterback coach, then a wide receiver coach for the Steelers, man. So when Ben came in and everything,
then he went to the Colts. You saw how Andrew Luck did when he was first started in the league.
Yeah.
Then he went to Arizona. You saw how Carson Palmer did.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer was declining. Then he came to Arizona. He actually played some of his best seasons in his career.
Exactly. So
Jameis Winston could be in for a big year if he can actually develop into what he was supposed to be when he was drafted first overall.
Exactly, but it all depends if Bruce Arians can work his magic again. Will it happen with the Jameis Winston? I don't know. Time will tell, but I think that the Bucs can show a lot of potential with their new additions, especially with the drafting of Devin White. So I think that's a massive upgrade from Quan Alexander, who he can be great if he can just stay healthy. Honestly, but I think Devin White is a better option because he's more healthy. He's a little bit more faster, better in coverage. And
getting the addition of Ndamukong Suh on that defensive line helps their pass rush massively.
Absolutely, and that defensive line completely as well. So I think the Bucs can show a lot of promise towards the end of the season and could be a massive sleeper team in the next few years.
Really? If you look at the whole NFC South division, it's very competitive.
It really is. So it just depends who their quarterback will be in the upcoming future, man. So we'll see.
For the Buccaneers. Now we got the NFC East standings.
This was a little tough in the rankings on PlayoffPredictors.com, but we've come to the conclusion. Cowboys finished 12-4. I only say this because that defense is just fucking nasty. We all know what I only have to go over it. I mean, look at the middle, man. Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's literally, and this is high praise for him because I think they're that damn great. That's literally like Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs again. It literally is.
That's a great comparison in terms of talent and potential. Not the way they play, but in terms of potential. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, for real.
Leighton Vander Esch himself is a monster, but Jalen Smith, when he's healthy, that boy can ball, man.
And their secondary got so much better.
Yeah.
And I hate saying this about the Cowboys, but you can't deny it.
Yeah, and that defensive line as well, man. So,
and getting the addition and keeping DeMarcus Lawrence for 5 more years, I believe.
Yeah.
And trading for Robert Quinn, who's still very good for his age.
Absolutely.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
For the defense.
And on the offense side of the ball, Amari Cooper and Dak are gonna. Let me say this. Amari Cooper makes Dak good because Dak fucking sucks. I'll say this right. You guys can give me all the shit you want. Dak sucks. Now, is he a guy that can kind of get the job? Kind of get the job done? Yes, but it depends on the situation and against which fucking team.
Exactly.
I think he did it last year for the Seahawks. Who the fuck did the Seahawks have? What the fuck do the Seahawks have now? Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas were out. Richard Sherman, gone. Bobby Wagner is the only guy right there. But he's one guy. What's he going to do?
Exactly. He's literally like the only guy remaining that I know of from the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, so.
But back to the Cowboys, they got some additions on the offense, Randall Cobb is a nice number 2/slot guy. Jason Wynns coming back out of retirement.
Yeah, who I think will be a factor in the rushing game. If they're smart, just depend on Elliott, man. Elliott could have a career year.
And I do believe they will get Travis Frederick back since he was out all year.
Yeah, this Cowboys roster, mostly because of the defense, I think could be real nice.
Offensively, they could be statistically good, but that depends if Dak actually wants to play like he did from his rookie season.
Right.
When he won rookie MVP,
right.
I believe he did.
Yeah. Now going, which I don't know why he got it, but now in the playoffs, can they go far with Jason Garrett, with Dak? I mean, time will tell, but personally, I don't think so, but I don't know.
Time will tell.
That might be too high praise of the Cowboys. I know. You don't know how much is painted now. Huge shout out to some of the better Cowboys fans that we know, man. But this kind of pains me a little bit to give them a high praise of a 12-4. But that defense, man, I'm jealous. I like our defense coming up this year, but I'm jealous of that defense.
It's literally the type of defense I want now.
Yeah, mostly because of that middle, man. That's just freaky.
Yeah, but then the Eagles finish 11-5.
Yeah, I think the Eagles team is going to be real good. I feel like they could not necessarily be back to the team when they won the Super Bowl, but they are kind of, in terms of talent and potential, they're kind of equal to that. If Carson Wentz can stay healthy, man, he could be another MVP candidate. They got Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders to help with that rushing game, take some pressure off of Carson Wentz. So props to them. They fixed up that offensive line a little bit by drafting Andre Dillard, which was pretty much an insurance in the future for when Jason Peters goes down. You know, that tight end duo was fucking crazy with Ertz and Goddard.
And you look at the receivers, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson's coming back.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Nelson
Who
Aguilar.
they drafted, Mac Hollins, who's a nice step. God damn.
And that defense, man, that defensive line's still looking strong as hell. They got Vinny Curry back, who I'm sure will be depth. Derek Barnett could have a breakout year. We know what Brandon Ingram can do. You got Timmy Jernigan. You got fucking Fletcher Cox. And you got, there was another dude they grabbed.
Yeah, they signed. He was a Bronco and a Jaguar. What was his name?
Oh,
Malik Jackson.
Yeah, Jinx, you owe me soda. I have one right here, but.
Well, there you go. And their secondary is still very good. You know, Malcolm Jenkins ain't showing any signs of slowing down.
Right now,
Ronald Darby's coming back. I think Avonte Maddox should really show off his potential.
Yeah, definitely. Avonte Maddox is going to be a stud for him. But this all is if they can stay healthy and consistent.
Especially Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, they're done.
Yeah, exactly. Redskins finished 6-10. I really love their rushing game. I mean...
Adrian Peterson, Darius Guy's coming back from injury, and they got Bryce Love.
I mean, that's fucking freaky. The receivers, I don't really know who the hell they have, so I'm not even going to go on that topic.
Jordan Reed's good, same with Vernon Davis, but Jordan Reed has a lot of injury issues, and Davis is getting old.
Right. Landon Collins and Josh Norman, but Josh Norman I'm sure is going to be on his way out soon. Honestly, I can see Case Keenum starting for the first few weeks.
Which would be the smart thing to do.
And then you bring in Dwayne Haskins to get a little bit of to get his feet wet a little bit. I think that's where he shows a little bit of that potential for the Redskins, and maybe they build around the franchise that way for the next 2 years before maybe taking flight. Who knows, man? But I think it's just going to be a developmental year for the Redskins.
Right.
So Giants finished 3-13. Poor Saquon.
The fact that you got Eli Manning and Daniel Jones in the same room, that's so sad.
That is poor Saquon, man. That's all I got to say.
My heart bleeds for Saquon. I love Saquon.
Yeah, poor
There's
Saquon.
only so much he can do.
Yeah, seriously. NFC West standings. Rams finished 3-13. Sean McVay coming into another year as head coach, Jared Goff and their team. You know, I feel like that they're going to be just as good as last year, maybe a little better. They did lose, LaMarcus Joyner, but they did pick up Eric Weddle to fill in his place. He still has a lot in the tank, in my opinion. So
still got Dante Fowler. You got Clay Matthews,
Corey Littleton. So you know they still have a very steady squad. Honestly.
Yeah. So the Rams easily
and they're getting Cooper Kupp back. So
yeah,
I think this Rams team is still going to be one of the best in the league. 49ers finished 10-6. Now this is under the impression if they can stay healthy because they got Jimmy Garoppolo. They got Jerick McKinnon, who was out all last year. They got, I believe they signed Tevin Coleman.
They signed Tevin Coleman. They got Matt Breida. The receiving core is really not that bad. It's actually people that are going to be developing, which that is very exciting for them.
You know, Dante Pettis, Deebo Samuel, who's going to be a stud.
Trent Taylor.
Yeah, we all know what George Kittle can do at the tight end position. Their offensive line could be better, but I'm sure we'll build up within the few years.
The thing about their team is their defensive line.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, dude broke out last year.
DeForest Buckner, Solomon Thomas, freaking, like, goddamn. Then you signed Quan Alexander, who, when healthy, could actually very well be hella good. You still got Fred Warner, who had a very good rookie season, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's just going to develop into a better guy. If Jason Verrett can stay healthy, him and Sherman, and if Sherman can stay healthy, they're going to be a very nice 1-2 punch at cornerback. So this is under the impression that if the Niners can stay healthy, because they got a ton of talent.
Yeah, they really do. They could be a really big surprise. I think they can be the Colts from last year.
Yeah.
A really big surprising team where it looks like they won't do anything, but then come out of nowhere and really show their true talent.
Exactly. You know, they could really make a run for the playoffs here. Seahawks finished 9-7. I don't think they make the playoffs. I feel like they missed it. They've made the playoffs a few seasons in a row, but I feel like that they did do their best to fill in for guys like Doug Baldwin and Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor and guys like that. But is it enough? I don't know.
They just don't have the star power anymore.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's still a beast. I would consider him an elite quarterback. Their running back, they've always had real good running backs, man. Their way to develop running backs is real nice. They just need an offensive line to get some pressure off of Wilson completely. DJ Metcalf and David Moore and I think Tyler Lockett could be a fantasy sleeper as well. So
if you think about it, this year Lockett's gonna have to step up because Baldwin retired.
Exactly. So
because of a career-threatening injury, so their receivers desperately have to step up for Wilson.
Yeah.
They desperately do.
Right. And they did lose. Also, they lost Frank Clark. So I think Pete Carroll's still a real good coach, which will lead them to a 9-7 record. But I don't think it's gonna be enough for playoffs.
No, they still got talent, but not the star power.
Right.
They're not the team they used to be.
Right. So and Cardinals finished 4-12. I don't see nothing from the Cardinals. I have no faith in Kyler Murray. I could be wrong. He could shut me up. I kind of hope he does because he's very athletic. But
he's got potential out the ass, but I just don't. I don't see him fitting in their scheme.
Yeah,
I don't.
I feel so bad for Larry Fitzgerald and David Johnson.
And Patrick
Peterson's out for pretty much half the year, so I don't know who's going to step up on that defense outside of Budda Baker.
Yeah, I don't really got much.
What the fuck they got? I mean, Chandler Jones, but God damn.
Cardinals don't really got much.
No, they don't. So, but that's the way I see it, man. NFC playoff standings: Rams are number 1, Saints are number 2, similar to
last year.
Yeah. Cowboys number 3, Bears number 4, Packers number 5, and Eagles finish out number 6. I could definitely see the Eagles and the 49ers making a run for the playoffs, or for a playoff spot. But I think the Eagles will just edge it out, just because I think Carson Wentz, if he can stay healthy, is just the more proven, more clutch quarterback. Because we still haven't seen a lot from Jimmy Garoppolo. We can give him all this hype and everything. But, as a full-year starter, is he proven?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. He hasn't gotten that opportunity yet.
Yeah, this year could he could really prove what he truly is, or what he could have been for New England.
Or he could be exposed. So we don't know, man.
Yeah.
But that's the way we see it. And this video went on longer than we expected, so we apologize for that. But nonetheless, let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. And like I said, I'll put down the link for playoffpredictors.com in the description below so you guys can do this yourself if you want to. And if you guys want to give your record predictions down below as well, I feel like that's a little bit more of an accurate way to do so, just so you don't have to go through every team's schedule and everything, because that's just a week of work, honestly. So, but let us know what you guys think down below, and we'll see you guys next one, man.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.
Peace!